Okay, this is the other olive that I was talking about. And this time I'm not going to plan to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you that I'm working on it. So we'll see what transpires. So obviously we'll get rid of these and then trim these and it might be done. We don't know yet because I never know when I start these projects. Oh, let's just start with the obvious. Just get rid of these. And these that came up, right? These are the obvious ones. I just went around and did this, right? And this is not bad. But could it be better? Maybe. So instead of this big mass here, I might, and like this, I might break these up into smaller branches. Well, definitely the previous one. I kind of like these two together, so I'm thinking of going in here and do the same thing. Like this area, 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 branches, or this gets removed. So I'm gonna pursue that. But, you know, actually I like things that are full. So this is good for me, but I think it could be better. So let's see what happens. What could possibly go wrong? One of the approaches is, remember this used to be one mass, make it into distinct, right? So this is kept low, this is a little bit higher, and then this low again. And this one, it might be removed completely, but we'll see. I don't want to remove till I get the rest done. So I'll work this area. I'm trying to get different levels. Okay, you can see that this branch has nice movement here. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is to follow this and make it into a nice branch. Oh yeah. I do have multiple cameras and I tried the overhead ones. One, it's very difficult to set up because you got to do it from the on the ground. And but what I found was the editing was very difficult because you got to sync all these cameras. So I don't do that anymore. And what we got was not that significantly better. Now, doing my drone shots, that's sort of interesting, but remember I have the phobia. Almost the first time that I flew it, I got it stuck in the tree. So it's been 4 years since I bought the camera and I haven't used it much. So you can see what I'm doing, right? So I'm going to do that and I'll see how the other branches are, and then we'll get back when I have something important to show you. Well, slowly it's starting to change looks. We're gonna see the trunk better. So far, no oops yet. You know, sometimes when you're working in there, you kind of do it by feel. Unfortunately, a few times, cut myself. I'm much better now, but just about the time I said, I haven't done anything like that for a while, I do. Yeah. Okay, when I say crown off, this section should become like your canopy style. Oh, yeah, well, a few chapters back. Sorry about the misspelling. I don't know where I came up with that spelling, but anyway. Well, spelling was never my strong point. Actually, I stink at it. I remember college papers, they give you 2 grades, the content and the structure. Oh, well. Well, you know, I was thinking after that fiasco that another way they described it in Japan was the kasa, gata. Kasa is an umbrella. So maybe in the future, instead of try to keep with it, canopy is in the horticultural description. So if you've been studying horticulture, canopy trees are the ones that grow like the oak trees and things like that. That's where I got the canopy style. But I kind of remember somewhere that said the kasa or the umbrella style. I don't know. Anyway, only thing for sure is it's not a broom. So what I'm doing is, I like this outline. I'm trying to open it up so we get enough sunlight inside here and it'll stay healthy, and then it won't keep getting taller and taller. So that's what I'm doing in here, is just going in and opening it up so the sunlight goes in. That's some basic stuff that need to be repeated over and over again. So yeah, based on some of the comments, I'm getting some very, very basic people trying to get started or not. And so I've been thinking through, how do I explain to people and how to get them started. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation out there on the internet. I think, well, I really like this format, this YouTube. And I'm trying to teach, and I see that a lot of people, they're not actually teaching, they just want to brag about how good they are, which is understandable. So do I. I want to show you how great I am, but I also want to get as many people started correctly in this great art of bonsai. It's one of the best things you can do if you're a hobbyist and want something that will keep you entertained, occupied for a long time. And I think I said it before, they say that if you do bonsai, you live longer, because now you have sort of a project that projects into the future. I know people that were so good at their work, but they didn't have any outside interest. They're having a very difficult time with this transition. It's especially true in Japan, where they were highly dedicated to their work and company, and then when that's over, they have not much. I mean, yeah. Well, I'm not going to have that problem, because I've got so many things I want to still do. It drives my wife crazy. So I'm hoping one of these days somebody will come and buy me out and get out of this bonsai nursery business. But I've already got other things in my mind. Well, Ishizukuri is one of them, but I've got a few other things that I want to try yet. I mean, life is nothing but trying different things, and you can't be afraid of failure. If you're not failing with things from time to time, you're not trying hard enough. You gotta see how many things I failed in bonsai. I still do. But okay, so now you can start to see, right? Now I got a few more things, and I'm gonna wrap it up. Well, this turned out to be a bigger project than I had originally thought, but I think it's going to be so much better in the future. Especially this branch here, I took off a lot, because the main line is good, but structurally there was a lot of things that was making it kind of busy looking. So I took care of that. And then as we get around to this side here, looks okay. There's probably a few more things I need to trim, but basically we're doing pretty good. Now, we're in the middle of May, so it's still plenty of time for it to come back, and I see no problem. This branch here, it may go in the future, but I think for now I better keep it, because it will give you too much of a void in that area. So anyway, you know, these things take time, and you have to do it slowly over time. But well, I guess it took me 30 years. It might be closer to 40 years to get to hear from a cutting that I did. Okay, so this is Hiro saying goodbye. This is the second of the dwarf olive that I've been working on for last 5-6 years now. So anyway, if you want to see how this got started, just go back and 5 years, maybe 6 years, and then you could see how this got started. Okay, so see you again real soon in another chapter. Thank you for watching.